We all know that when you build a project car, it's never truly finished. That is, as long as you own it. You know, there's always something else to do. And Andrew Borodin here put together this 70 GTO a couple years ago, and it has since evolved in a very interesting way, and it was all chronicled on the website protouring.com. Andrew, why don't you tell me what it was and what it's turned into?
Well, originally I had put together the car with a Chevrolet big block engine 502. And that worked out okay, and it was fuel injected, it ran pretty well, and it was made plenty of power. But I've always enjoyed playing with the new LS engines.
Why don't you tell me about what you put in it and how it's going so far?
Well, it started life as an L92, except I swapped over a lot of the intake to the Corvette stuff, and so it has a car intake manifold on it and Corvette accessories. And I put a LS7 cam in it because I wanted something that was very mild, very drivable, good gas mileage, and this combination has worked very, very well.
So what kind of power do you think you're looking at now with this one? Because it's still a 6.2 liter, right?
This is a 6.2 liter aluminum block engine, and on the chassis dyno it made 418 to the wheels.
Nice. And how is it to drive as far as economy drivability?
In June I put 3,600 miles on the car, and I was getting about 23 miles to the gallon.
Nice.
And that's not taking it easy. That's just, 80 miles an hour.
In a car that weighs, pushing $4,000?
Yeah, with me in it, it's right at 4,000. Yeah. One of the things that I wanted to do was improve some of the handling characteristics, and I wanted to go with, my theme was trying to upgrade the car with more OEM type components. So that was the reason to go to the ATS spindles, that I could use C6 Z06 Corvette brakes on the front, just bolt on with no adapters, nothing. It was like, native fit. I can get parts at any Chevrolet dealership on the road, and that was something that was appealing versus having race parts where you have to call a special store to get pads or whatever. So availability of parts was something that was important to me because I wanted to start driving the car more often, and I did just that this summer.
So how's the car feeling on the drag strip at this point?
Well, right now my best time was a 854 at 85 miles an hour or something like that, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to beat on it. I have a 300-mile drive home. I made 3 passes, and I live in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and we have a very nice track there, Beach Bend. So I've had the car there before, and I think my best time there was a 1278 at 111, and that was a very soft 160 foot. So if the car, were to hook, with better tires, I could probably run an 1199, but I'm not going to beat on it that hard.
Well, It sounds like you kind of hit the mark right in the middle with what people are trying to do with a pro touring car. Make something that goes fast, it turns, it stops well, and it's comfortable, looks cool, has technology. What's the next evolution?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the way that the car's running right now, as far as the way it drives, and the braking is great. I may upgrade the rear brakes because I think they could use a little more rear brake to balance out the front, because I have my proportioning valve is open all the way. So I think I could definitely use more brakes. So maybe C6 Z06 calipers in the back with bigger rotors to match the fronts. Possibly some interior work. I have autometer gauges now, but they're not backlit or anything, so driving at night, it doesn't give you as good a visibility as I like. So possibly those things.
Little few refinements here and there. And I got to compliment you on your ability to document this stuff and write a nice story. I mean, tell us about the thread on the Pro Touring website.
I just started that as even just for myself, for my own record. The internet is sort of a nice, that gets backed up, and it's sort of there forever or until Larry wants to take it down. But I just wanted everybody to just follow along and go through the process and to see what it takes to build one of these cars. I'm no pro mechanic by any means, but I've wrenched on a car for 20 years on this car. So at least I know this car intimately, and I thought it would be interesting for people to see what goes on from a technical standpoint in doing a swap.
Well, it was very helpful. We took a couple of your tricks along the way on our GTO project too. I mean, your trick with tapping the passage on the water pump for the steam tube worked out very well, and so I give props where they're due. I ain't going to claim the credit on that one. Nice job, Andrew. Thanks for bringing it.
Thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate it. Yep.